Hello, everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of Football of the Century. We talk about everything going on during the NFL's 100th season. I'm your host. My name is Stephen Err, and we are here to talk about what went down during Week 2. It was a lot, so let's get to it right here. First game of the week was Thursday night. The Panthers and the Bucks played a very closely contested game, and the Bucks went on to win 24-20. The win for the Bucks, that is, snapped a 12-game losing streak for quarterback Jameis Winston, who is still 5-12 since eating the W a couple years ago as a starting quarterback. Christian McCaffrey was stopped just short of a 4th down and 2 conversion, and the Bucks took over with about a minute and a half left to secure the victory. First game of the Sunday slate was the Redskins and the Cowboys. Dak Prescott threw for 269 yards, 3 touchdowns, and also rushed for 69 yards as the Cowboys went on to win 31-21. He also completed 18 consecutive passes at one point, and it was just very impressive outing by Dak Prescott. Zeke Elliott came back to his original form, rushed for 111 yards, and scored a touchdown. Again, the Cowboys beat the Redskins 31-21 to prove the 2-0 on the season. Bengals-Niners, it was all Niners in this game as Garoppolo he tied a career high with 3 touchdowns in this game as the Niners went on to win 41-17. Matt Breida also rushed for 121 yards, and the Niners won back-to-back road games for the first time since 1989, when they were going from Super Bowl 23 to Super Bowl 24 victories, back-to-back Super Bowls. So it's been a while since the Niners have won back-to-back road games. The 41 points given up by the Bengals are the most they've ever given up in a home game. Lions and Chargers were another sloppy game. The Lions played very sloppy, but Darius Slay came up with a pick in the end zone with about a minute left to secure a win for the Lions, 13-10. Matt Stafford threw 2 picks, and Matt Prater missed a field goal. Of course, the Chargers had their own miscues, missing a couple extra points at a field goal as well. Lions win 13-10. They are now 1-0-1 on the season after their tie week 1 against Arizona. Packers-Vikings. The Packers got up to a 21-0 lead, and while the Vikings were able to make it a 21-16 game, they could not take the lead and ultimately the win as Kevin King intercepted a Kirk Cousins pass in the end zone at the end of the game to secure the victory. Cousins went 14 of 32 in this game passing, and Dalvin Cook rushed for 154 yards. Vikings lose 21-16. They're 1-1. Packers are 2-0 and on top of the NFC North. Titans-Colts. Jacoby Brissett threw 3 touchdowns in the Colts' 19-17 victory over the Titans. Defense also sacked Marcus Mariota 4 times in this game. And a special moment for Titans fans alike. They retired the numbers of both Steve McNair and Eddie George, numbers 9 and 27 respectively. And at the time of McNair's jersey retirement, a number 9 appeared in the clouds over the stadium in Nashville. Pretty coincidental if you ask me. The Patriots beat the Dolphins 43-0. There's not much to say about that game. Antonio Brown had a touchdown, and the Patriots improved to 2-0. Dolphins 0-2. Bills-Giants. Bills won 28-14. They're 2-0 for the first time in 5 years, looking to make it back to the playoffs after missing it last year, after being in the AFC Championship game the year before. Steelers-Seahawks, big news coming out of Pittsburgh. Big Ben Roethlisberger is out for the season. He will require elbow surgery. Mason Rudolph will lead the Steelers, the rest of the way. Seattle, by the way, is 2-0 for the first time since 2013. They went on to win the Super Bowl that year, so Seahawks fans, be looking out for your Seahawks to do a little better this year. Ravens-Cardinals, Lamar Jackson had another great outing, as did Kyler Murray. Lamar Jackson ran for 272 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he also rushed for 120 yards. In the Ravens' 23-17 win over Arizona, Kyler Murray threw for 349 yards, but no touchdowns, which would have made a difference in this game. On a 3rd down and 11, Lamar Jackson threw a deep pass to Hollywood Marquise Brown, which secured the victory for Baltimore. Texans beat the Jags 13-12 after the Jags failed to convert a 2-point conversion with 30 seconds left. Mahomes threw 4 touchdowns in the second quarter as the Chiefs beat the Raiders in Oakland 28-10. That's the final NFL game to play under the baseball diamond, as the A's will not be making the Major League Baseball postseason. Broncos-Bears really gave us something exciting. Broncos took the 1-point lead with 30 seconds left as Joe Flacco found Demaryius Thomas on a 2-point conversion. However, after a 4-15 conversion with just 1 second left, Bears kicker Andy Pinheiro kicked a 53-yard field goal as time expired to get the Bears the win, the 16-14 win. Broncos now 0-2. Rams, Saints, Drew Brees went out early in this game with a thumb injury. He is now out for 6 weeks after he will need surgery on the same thumb. Meanwhile, Teddy Bridgewater couldn't get the Saints offense going, and the Rams went on to win 27-9. They're 2-0. The Saints fall to 1-1. Sunday Night Football was the Eagles against the Falcons down in Atlanta. Falcons scored a game winner on a 4th down and 3 as Julio Jones caught a short pass from Matt Ryan and took it all the way. Both teams now 1-1. The Falcons went on to win that one. By the way, both quarterbacks did struggle in this game. Matt Ryan threw 3 interceptions while Carson Wentz threw 2. Monday Night Football wrapped up week 2 as the Jets and Browns faced off in MetLife. Odell Beckham Jr. made his return to MetLife Stadium, where he spent his first several seasons with the Giants. He caught 6 passes for 161 yards and a touchdown in his return to MetLife as the Browns dominated the Jets 23-3. By the way, all the Jets news, Trevor Siemian is also out for the season. He hurt his ankle, and that will keep him out. Luke Falk will start in place of Sam Darnold, who is dealing with mono. And Eli Manning has been benched for the second time in his illustrious career. Daniel Jones will get the start for the New York Giants Week 3 as they go to Tampa to take on the Buccaneers. This has been another episode of Football of the Century. I'm your host, my name is Steven Earl. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Enjoy these week's games. Thursday night, we got the Titans and the Jaguars down in Jacksonville. And that is it for that. We will be back next week to wrap up Week 3 and look ahead to Week 4 right here on Football of the Century. Thanks for watching, everybody.